Good day, my name is Guts from Pangolin Photo Safaris. Today we're on the Chobe River and I'm going to talk to you about my go-to settings that I put my camera on, that I'm ready for any shot that might happen when I go on safari. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe so you can get notified when there's the next video. Today we've got the Canon 80D, which is the camera we supply to all our guests here at Pangolin Photo Safaris on the Chobe. The go-to settings that I believe is the best is starting off with the absolute priority of shutter speed. All my camera settings I always shoot in manual mode, and I preset the shutter speed at 2,500ths of a second. Why 2,500ths of a second? Because I can literally shoot anything. A flying bird, an animal that runs through the water. I don't want to be too slow. I don't want to be caught off guard. That's why my priority is 2,500ths of a second. When it's a lot of light like this, nice and bright sunny day, I would go to f8. And it's almost a foolproof way. f8, 2,500, I can just about go and shoot anything. That is if we have enough light. If we don't have this crazy amount of light, I will still prioritize my speed at 2,500ths of a second, but I will go to my low f-stop as low as my lens can go. The cameras that we supply to our guests has got a 150 600mm lens, and our lowest f-stop on this is f5. So I will adjust it to f5 if it's a little bit less light. The next thing is my ISO is set on auto, but I have capped the ISO at 3200 because in this specific body with the 80D, I find that you get a lot of noise after 3200. So I've capped my ISO at 3200 and I know it's going to be somewhere in between there. The next thing is my white balance. Because I shoot in RAW, white balance don't really matter, but my camera is always on auto white balance. Again, not a big problem. The next thing is our focus point. Personally, I like the single focus point with the 4 little helpers. It just helps you to keep a bit of action if it happens, but it's not like a shotgun that just focuses all over the show. The next thing that people always ask about is your light metering. Personally, I prefer partial light metering. It prioritizes where your focus point is and a little bit around that. For me, that works well. The advice with light metering is once you've selected one specific light meter, rather stay with it. I stay with partial metering because I know how it behaves. I tend to never adjust my light metering because it jumps up and down with spot metering if you're on the light or off the light. So rather just choose a specific light meter. In my case, I use partial, and you will never need to adjust it again because you know how it behaves. If it's a picture that you need to overexpose, I know on this specific light metering I need to overexpose that much. So it's a constant. Then I've got my camera set on full frame, 14 frames a second, which is gold, because when there's some action, you don't want to pick up your camera and go click, 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 click. You rather want to get all the action. Another thing that people tend to forget is every night when I put my camera back in my bag, I set it on this go-to setting as well. What happens a lot is you do nighttime photography like star photography or night painting with light, and then tomorrow morning your first shot that you get is a leopard running across the road. You pick up your camera and you're still on 30-second exposure. And that's a common mistake that a lot of people is doing. Alrighto. f8, 2,500ths of a second. Auto ISO in this light, it gives me ISO of 200, which is more than adequate. And my light meter is on partial and I'm ready to go. Big thing is make always sure that your exposure compensation is on 0. So that's your go-to. I always tell my guests that you should do border patrol. That is when you look through your frame and you go through your whole sides of your image. In there you'll see your f-stop, you'll see your shutter speed, you'll see your exposure compensation that's on 0, you see your power that's left in your battery. So once you're happy with what you all see there, you can put your camera away, and if there's anything happening, you can pick it up and just shoot. I hope you find that useful. Come and join me here in the Chobe. Hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you want to join me here for safari, I've put a link in the description below. If there's any other photographic questions you would like to ask, Let us know in the comments and we'll see if we can make a video about that. Thank you.